Question 1 says to find the area of the region bounded by these two curves. We got this straight line here and this parabola, and the vertical line's 0, which is the y-axis, and that vertical line at x equals 2. Now I think it's a good idea to draw a graph of this so you know which is the top function, which is the bottom. Just because it says f and g, it could turn out that, it could be that f is above g, but maybe g is above f. We just don't know by looking at this. So you can go to Wolfram Alpha or to Desmos. I'm using this really simple graphing program called Desmos. You can get it at desmos.com, or you can go to Wolfram Alpha, but just get a quick graph. So I popped in a graph. Here is the line. Okay, you can see here's the line. The red one's the line, and the line, right, mx plus b, that's f. So this one right here is f, and the quadratic, that's the quadratic, opens upward. So that's g, that's our g function. So the top function is f, the bottom one is g, and if you draw in that representative rectangle, then that distance right there is the f minus g. So we're going to have the area being the integral from 0 to 2 of, okay, I'm going to go ahead and write f of x minus g of x dx. That'll give us the integral 0 to 2 of, okay, now here's f of x. That was the top function. So that's x plus 7. That's the top of the rectangle, minus the bottom of the rectangle, which is the quadratic, x squared plus 5. So I got f of x minus g of x. This will be the integral from 0 to 2 of, okay, take those parentheses off, x plus 7 minus x squared minus 5 dx. This will give us, what do we got here? 0 to 2 of, okay, we've got a negative x squared, a plus x, and a plus 2, right? 7 minus 5. Let's integrate. So we'll get negative x cubed over 3 plus, then how about x squared over 2 plus 2x, and we're going from 0 to 2. Let's put in these limits. So we're going to get negative 2 cubed over 3 plus 2 squared over 2 plus 2 times 2 minus, now look, I'm not going to write all this. You don't have to either. If you put zeros, everywhere there's an x, it's just going to go to 0. So this whole thing here is 0. So we'll do it up here. Now we're going to, how about not negative 8 cubed, I just cubed it. So 2 cubed is 8 over 3 plus 4 over 2 plus 4. How about if we get everything, I think the LCD here is 6. So how about if we write everything over 6? All right, so 3 will go into 6 twice, so negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. 2 will go into 6 3 times, 12. And a 1 will go into 6. I think we're at 24. So what does this give us here? Well, here is a negative 4 plus 24. That looks like 20 over 6. Well, we can reduce that, right? We can write that as 10 over 3. All right, so there's our exact area under that curve. So this region right here, I'll shade it in yellow, which doesn't show up too well, but the area of that region we can now say is 10 thirds, or about what? 3 1/3 square units.